All right, so good morning. So on today's training session, we are going to cover how to create or send out email communications to the contacts that you already have. Let's say you have already completed the first two trainings we've covered, which is creating a sub account and uploading your contacts. You now have quite a bunch of contacts into your GoHighLevel account. The next part is sending out emails. So for sending out emails, we do have two options. The first option is via the contacts bulk action and send out the email from here. Or if you go to the marketing section under emails, you can go ahead and send out an email. Quick note that you can actually just go ahead and send out an email from scratch, or you can create an email template first. So let's go over creating an email template, and then I will show you how to send out the email from both the campaigns and the bulk actions. So to start with the email templates, again, marketing, hover your mouse to the emails, select templates. You're gonna land on this screen, and then let's go and create an email template. So if you are skilled with HTML, you can design the email via HTML codes, or if not, there is a drag and drop option, which is the very basic email creation process. So step one is to name your email accordingly. So we're gonna call this demo email template. Oops. Once you're done, these are the content blocks. Content blocks are sections of the email that they can use. For example, if you want to add texts, image, buttons, the footer section, social media channels, a divider, a specific code or snippet code. For example, if you want to attach a map on Google Map or embed a video, shopping cart, those kind of stuff. So, and these are the layouts. Layouts is, for example, if you want to have the full screen layout, meaning it's goes all throughout the email body, or if you want to have two columns on it, or any other designs. Once you've added a specific layout, you can always adjust it. For example, I want 4 columns on it, or 3/4 of a column on it, those kind of stuff. So let's start by adding an image for our email. This is going to be our, let's say, for a website, a hero image or an intro image. So let's use this as the cover image. All you have to do is upload a file every time you wanted to use an image, if it's not yet available. And this is, so once the image has been uploaded, you can customize the image information. For example, if you want the image to be hyperlinked, if you want to adjust the width and height of the image, this is the padding and margins on the left or right. You can also remove those margins. And if you want it to be aligned to center, left or right. So once, let's say, we're going to put 0 on all of it because I don't want to have any spaces on my email. And let's also adjust the size here. So earlier I adjusted the image dimensions. And then the next part, I adjusted the layout dimensions. So I removed the spaces. So it's going to be maxed on the email button. You can add your email title here. So email title here. You can adjust the font or the font size. You can adjust the sizes also here. You can also change the font design here. Basically, it's the same as a normal email format. You can also then, so add your email body, for example. And let's say since you have, let's say you want to have 2 images, an image and a text side by side. So you're going to use a layout option, which is the 2 columns. You can add the text, or add a text on the left and add an image on the right section. So let's say, for example, we're going to use the same image here. You can always have it 0 on the padding, or actually just turn it off. You can turn it off or just adjust the padding sizes. And then once you're all good, let's say with the email, you're just going to add your footer on it. So let's just add a layout for the footer. You always need to have a layout in order for you to add the elements. So that's going to be your footer layout. And let's say you're happy with your email. Now the next part is click on the three dots, settings, and add your from name. This is going to be the sender name. So let's say, for example, Jonald Amor is the sender. Email sender is jonald@agmagency.com. Preview text, this is an optional step, but the important part is your email subject line. So this is an email subject line. You can always have personalizations on it. For example, if you wanted to add the contact first name, so just click on the tag function, contact, and contact first name. Oops, it deleted the subject line I have. This is an email subject line. Quick note, when you are sending out an email, let's say, for example, here is your email body. When you are sending out an email and you're going to add personalizations on it, don't select user. Because let's say you selected or opted into use user first name, it's going to show your name on the email that you're going to be sending out. So always use contact. That way it's going to use the leads or the contact information on the email that you're going to be sending out. So contact first name. Let's say hi, contact first name. This is a test. So once you have updated both sender names, actually we didn't save it, so we're going to have to add it again. So save. Always make sure to save. So once you're done saving, go ahead and click on Save Template. And you can now go ahead and click on Back. Now your template will be shown here as a template that you have created. Now go to hover your mouse again on the emails. We're now going to send out our first email. So go ahead and create a campaign. We're now going to select the email template that we have. So you can, again, start the email campaign from scratch if you want to do so. Or if you wanted to use your templates, just hover your mouse on template and go ahead and click on the check box or the check icon. It will load the email into your campaigns section. Might take a while, depending on the size of your email. And while that is currently loading, GoHighLevel has multiple options of sending out the email or with the email integration. So the built-in function is with Lead Connector. Lead Connector is an app developed by GoHighLevel that's built inside their system that allows you to send out email communications and SMS communications. It also can be used for your GoHighLevel sub-account or account to receive calls. Now, there are also other options. For example, for phone calls and SMS communications, you can use Twilio. If you already have a Twilio account, you can just integrate Twilio into GoHighLevel. And let's say you have a Microsoft account for emails, G Suite account, SendGrid account, Mailgun account. Those can also be integrated via GoHighLevel. We will cover those the trainings in the future. So for right now, we're just going to use the built-in function, which is the SendGrid. So once you're all good, and the email has been, or the template that you wanted to use has been migrated into your campaigns, go ahead and click on Send or Schedule. So there are going to be 4 options for sending the email. Send now means it will send out the campaign immediately to the contacts that you have selected. Schedule the campaigns. You're going to pick a schedule on when or what time you want this to be created. Batch schedule. You have to specify how many batches you want those emails to be sent. For example, you have 100 contacts. You want it to be sent to 4 batches. Given, let's say, for example, within hours. So let's say every 1 hour, you're going to send 1 batch. Same with RSS schedule. So normally, email campaigns are going to be either schedule or send now. So let's just use send now. Since we updated the email template earlier to add the sender information, it is already populated along with the sender subject line or subject line. And moving into our recipients. So recipients, if you don't pick in recipients, it will have it as 0. So you can either choose each an individual contact from your list, or if you have a smart list, the one that we created earlier, you can use that smart list. And then the next option is to choose from tags. And remember, when we are uploading a contact, it is a requirement that you have to create a tag along with the contact. That way you can easily segment or sort them afterwards. So let's say we're going to use the set demo tag. Once you're all good with all the information, all you have done to do is go ahead and click send. And that will send out the email communications. So let's go ahead and click send. Because right now this account has only 4 contacts. Once you've sent, you'll see the status here. Afterwards, it's going to be in progress. So I would suggest from time to time, it's a big email list that you're going to be sending. Refresh your screen every now and then. So it will show the correct status. Right now, it says it has been sent to everyone. You're going to go ahead and click on actions if you want to see the statistics. So you have multiple options. You select statistics. I will show you the statistics here. 100% successful delivery. Open rate 100%. Click 0, soft bounce, the others are 0. This toggle bar option switches from percentage to numbers. If you click on load more statistics, it will show you more data as to, for example, who's the contact that received the email, what was delivered to, contacts that opened the email. Now the open part is actually not going to be 100% accurate. It will only be accurate if you're using Lead Connector. So for this instance, we are using Lead Connector. That's why the numbers are accurate. If you are using third-party tools such as SendGrid, Mailgun, or G Suite, they don't have a 100% integration with GoHighLevel. That's why it's not going to always be 100% tracking. So I would recommend if you're using SendGrid, go to SendGrid to check your deliverability. So that's how you send emails from the campaign section. As I mentioned earlier, you can also send emails via the contacts section. Now, this is actually what I prefer to use, since with the emails earlier, you don't have a conditional option. Meaning, let's say, for example, you can't exclude specific users to your email. You can only include. Now, let's say, for example, purposes, let's add an extra tag for this contact. Let's say demo exclude. Let's say, for example, now you do have a list with multiple users that has different tags on it. Okay, let's refresh the screen. So it will populate the tag that we just added. See, for example, Emily Mabilin here has a extra tag or secondary tag that says demo exclude. Now, and you want, let's say, to send out an email communication to just the demo tag contacts, and you want to exclude this specific contacts that has a demo exclude. So go to filters, tag. So your first tag or your first filter is tag is. This is the contacts that you wanted to be included on the communication. And then add or click end to add a secondary filter. Again, tag. And this time is not. And we're going to select the contacts that we wanted to exclude. So demo exclude, apply. As you can see from 3, from 4, it now shows you 3. And it removed Emily that has the tag demo exclude. You send out an email communication to them. Click on the checkbox to select all. Send an email. Go ahead and proceed. Now you can either start from scratch, from a blank canvas, or use a template. When you're using a template, it will automatically populate the template you wanted to use, the email body, sender name, email, and subject line. You still have the same options: send all at once, send all at schedule, and drip mode. And then if you've noticed, there is always going to be an action here. The action is for internal records, for you to be able to go back to it in the future. Let's say this is the email I sent out. So always use a correct naming convention for your actions. So for this one, let's say demo email dot action. You can also just remove the back action, since once you are tracking the status, it will also form back action. Once you're all good, just send out the email the same as earlier. Once you send it out, it will show under the back action here. This one, it will show what action or operation you used, the name of the action you created, and the status. All right, so we can refer to show stats again here. And let's say if you wanted more information about the stats, just go ahead and click on the send option, and it will populate the send options earlier as what we have covered under the marketing email campaigns. And that's how you send out email communications to your leads inside GoHighLevel with either using the marketing campaign or from the contact about actions. So see you guys on the next training.